bumming with Bob. Let's have a few brews. We'll have some fun with the bum wine crew. So kick your feet up and grab you a beer. 'Cause damn, man, I'm glad that you're here.
All right. This is Bum Wine Bob, waiting to an all-new edition of Bum with Bobcat on the Bum Wine Bob YouTube channel and on all your favorite podcast apps, where we cover the best of the worst in cheap booze, the bottom shelf, bum wine, beers, 40s, malt liquor, all the good stuff you grew up on. We cover here on Bum with Bobcat each and every week. Ish, we shoot for every week, but you never know. The schedules line up. There could be a recorded show today. You could go live one day. You never know. That's why you have to smash that subscribe button on the Bum Wine Bob YouTube channel. Once we hit 350, we will be going with the Manischewitz Wine Challenge. And you never know, in the meantime, what might pop up, because we're always out there searching the bottom shelf for the best of the worst in cheap booze. And any breaking news, we have it covered here on the podcast. And this week is no different than any other week on the podcast. And joining me here is Mr. Colt 45 himself. Very fitting. Roadhouse is here. Roadhouse, man, how you doing?
Hello, sir. I'm doing just fine. Just want to say, if I get cut off, it's just.
I hear the thunder's rumbling out there,
Yeah,
so you never know. We'll see how this show goes tonight. So we'll see.
I think the gods are mad tonight because of what we're going to bring.
Yeah, we have some good news and we have some bad news with this podcast this week here. And we said Roadhouse he's always out there waving the Colt 45 flag. He's got the shirt on too, the classic vintage Colt 45 shirt. And we'll start with the good news. Let's start things off on the right foot, get the ball rolling the right way. We don't like to waste any time here on the podcast. We try to keep the intro short and sweet, get into the business here. We're not like those podcasts that ramble on for a half hour about nonsense in the world before they get into the real meat and potatoes of the topic of the episode. But Roadhouse was out this past weekend doing some searching for some good stuff, and he kind of hit the jackpot with the Colt 45 lottery, picking up a couple cases of some tall boys of Colt 45 regular and Colt 45 high gravity. And I had picked up in my travels a few weeks back while I was doing a little LSD searching, I picked up a high gravity Colt 45 as well. So let's get the ball rolling right away. Let's crack open what we got here to start off with. And we got ourselves some Colt 45, some high gravity. Look at that. That's that 8.5% high gravity, crisp and smooth with a bold flavor. Colt 45 high gravity stands alone. The real American classic lager since 1963. Every time. Right
every
there.
time.
Every time. And it's nice and chilled here, so I'm ready to crack this open. So let's crack this open.
Yeah.
And let me see here. What's the date on this guy? Okay. Oh, I just spilled a little bit on me.
I'm not risking it.
Yeah, I got a November 11th, 24. So this is really fresh here.
I'll let you know when it's empty.
Yeah. Yes. All right.
Cheers.
I got a nice wet spot on the ground. I did not pee yet, so.
Yeah.
Man, that is really, really chilled in my fridge there. And that's like I didn't even put it in the freezer at all. Sometimes I'll put it in there for the pre cool down. This time I didn't even, but this bad boy is really freezing.
Yep. Same here. I didn't double chill mine either.
Now, for people that don't know, you got the high gravity Colt 45. I always said this is the 8.5%.
Yes, it is.
So it's got that same high gravity taste
Yeah,
to it.
that
Like the Steel Reserve type. We always say that kind of like that little, just a hint, not as crazy as like a Steel Reserve or like an Earthquake at like a 10%, but that little hint of that metallic type taste to it.
Appley.
There we go. So
Yeah.
it's not as smooth as the regular Colt 45, but if you want that extra kick, it'll get you going.
If you're scraping change and you want that buzz, I mean, this is the same price as a regular Colt 45.
Yes.
And it's like drinking two of them.
Yeah, essentially, yes. It's right in there.
Yeah,
there. And
Colt is what, 4.5 now? I think so.
It might be, or is it 5? Let me see.
I
think it does. It say? It says it on the can here. Let me see. I got. I brought some exhibits here. Yeah, 5.5. I believe that's what the can says.
Smoothness
there,
like Billy D. Williams smoothness,
like the vintage classic there, but not as readily available as the regular Colt 45 is the high gravity. So I don't see it in as many spots when I'm out there searching. I'll see regular Colt 45, the cans, 40s, anywhere I go around, I'll find that stuff in my travels, no problem. So a few weeks back, I hit up a spot that I knew usually had these. And I walked in there right on the shelf. The video's up there on the YouTube channel. You can check it out and subscribe. And I saw the 24-ounce cans of the high gravity, along with the 6-pack of the King Cobra.
Oh yeah,
16 ounces. So can't not get those. So I picked those up too in my travels. But the high gravity isn't as readily available as the regular Colt 45. So when you see it, it's like a treat.
It is.
Like you went all out because you were like, shit, I'm stocking up on these bad boys. You bought a whole case of the 24-ounce cans of the regular and the
it's
the
also
high gravity.
It's a 100-mile drive for me also.
Yeah, so that's got to hold you for a little while.
Yeah, like a week.
I know you'll go through the regular Colt 45 like that's water. So 12 cans of those in a week.
Yes,
that's a given. The cans of the high gravity probably last a little bit longer.
Yeah, because
you'll go one of these every couple days, like a once a week type thing. It's like the special occasion.
Yep. Sure enough. And I was really surprised to see it. They changed the can from the last time I had it. Used to be all in gold.
Yeah, see, I don't worry. I brought it because we have a lot of stuff to go through. I brought some other pictures here of when I was going through because I was doing some searching. So this is what I had. So you see there's the old high gravity can, the second from the right.
Yep.
Right before they switched them a few years back. So I picked up all of these. This was September 16th, 2020. I picked up all these in one shot. As you'll see, you have the high gravity vintage can, you have the double malt vintage can, the St. Ides, and the Old English 800. This is all in one spot that I had found. Had all that. That's like you see that whole lineup there.
Yeah.
It also had the 22-ounce bottles of Colt 45 and 22-ounce bottles of Old English 800. So this is like the spot. When I found that spot, that was like the mecca of cheap booze, and that's where I first found the double malt. And they said after years of searching high and low for the double malt, finally seeing, okay, this is great. Found a spot that has it. It's in my travels, but it's not a place that I'm near often. So it's like you said, you make that long trip
Yeah.
for this. This isn't as far as you're going, but when I'm in there, I'll stop in and pick some up. And then over the last couple years, the stock starts to dwindle down a bit. You go in, they don't have the bottles anymore, the 22 ounce bottles. Next thing you know, okay, there's no more St. Ides. The Old English is gone. The high gravity Colt 45 is gone. And they keep popping up all these stupid seltzers, whatever fad drink that pops in there. But luckily, they would still have the cans of the double malt up there. So a few years back, I went in, I picked up a whole bunch, I sent them over to you.
Yes, you
So
did.
you finally got to enjoy the double malt for the first time. And then I went back a few months ago and I stocked up again. There wasn't too many left. I went in and I think I might have left one can of double
Yeah.
malt in there. And
Courtesy.
the date, because I looked at the can I still had, the date on the bottom of that can was October of 23 was the date on the bottom of that can. And I picked these up in probably April. I think it was around March, April. So already those have been sitting on the shelf for quite some time. And maybe about a month ago, I go back to the same spot. I go to the cooler because I'm like, I need to pick some more double malt up just to have. I have one can left here, but you can never have too much double malt. That's for sure. So I go in, and the spot on the shelf where the double malt usually is, it's empty. There's no cans over there. So I go to the register and I talk to the girl behind there, and I'm like, "Do you have any more of the double malt? Are you getting any in?" And she shook her head, no, but I don't think she fully understood what I was asking her
Yeah.
to. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Maybe it's just slow. I'll come back in a few weeks. They'll have them back on the shelf. There's never been a time that they haven't had them in the store. So I pop in again last week and I go in, I go to the cooler, I look at the top shelf where it used to be. Now the spot has now been filled, but not with double malt. I think it was it might have been like Michelob Ultra tall boys that were now in the spot.
Mm.
And even the regular Colt 45 tall boys weren't there either. So once again, I go up to the front, same girl, and I said, "Are you getting any more of the Colt 45 in?" And she said, "No, what we had was expired. We got rid of it." I said, "Are you?" So I don't know what that meant. She said,
Yeah.
"We got rid of it." I don't know. Hopefully, it's not like the Thunderbird incident where they said
Yeah.
lost the bottles in the garbage. And she says, "No, they were expired. We got rid of them." And I said, "Are you getting any more in?" And she shook her head. She said, "No." So that throws up a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay, now is this just saying at this one store they're not getting anything in, or is it everywhere? And I did some digging around, and there had been some comments on some Facebook groups saying that more people had seen that the Colt 45 double malt stock has started to go down.
Yeah.
Places that had it, it wasn't there. It was hard to find, and people were getting scared. Has it been discontinued? Is it gone? Or is it just going into hiding? Because a few years ago, we had the same issue with King Cobra. There was a lot of talk that that was possibly being discontinued.
Yeah.
40s had gone away. People weren't finding any cans of it. But now, like you saw it, I got it here. You got some. People are posting it. So it's out there. There's no
Yeah.
worry about any King Cobra shortage. And that brings us to where we are today. And out of nowhere on Instagram, back from the dead,
Yeah.
the Colt 45 Instagram account finally makes a post, the first post they've made since 2017,
March
saying
9th.
saying that, hey, we're still the classic. They put the picture up there of the can, and I think we're all thinking, everybody who are the malt liquor
Yeah.
enthusiasts are hoping
Yeah.
that, okay, this is we're getting out of this whole, American lager BS. We're gonna go back to like the roots. It's malt liquor. Embrace the history of the Colt 45. But it's just like a little quick video, like showing the can, saying we're here. Did you miss us? Still your classic every time.
Every time.
And okay, and that's fine. We
And
like
you were
that.
excited enough about that. You made a comment and tagged me in it.
Yeah, exactly. Before even really watching it or reading, I just
Yeah.
saw it all the way. I'm like, look, they're alive. They're here.
Yeah.
And I didn't even notice the thumbnail of the post had a picture of a 40 of Colt 45, a 24-ounce can of Colt 45, and then in the middle was the 24-ounce can of the high gravity, like this. So there's something missing from that picture.
Yeah.
And somebody also caught that and made a comment about it saying, hey, where's the double malt? And then whoever runs the Colt 45 account took the time to respond, which I'll give them credit. They don't have to respond to it. They could just ignore it.
Yeah.
They responded here saying, what happened to double malt? And I was right there. I said, exactly. I said, it's gone missing. And then the Colt 45 account says, it's been discontinued, unfortunately, but we have some things brewing. So we got the official word. We have the official word here from Colt 45 themselves saying that sadly the double malt has been discontinued and they're working on something else. What will that be? We don't know.
Yeah. I was kind of heated. I sent him a direct message.
Mm-hmm.
And I may have even commented too on the thread. Make your
I think you did. You said March 9, 2017 was y'all's last post, and now you're going to pop up like nothing happened and break news that double malt is discontinued. The disrespect to your loyalists.
Yeah.
And I said, truth. And then somebody else was saying, bring back the old logo. This new one sucks. It should say malt liquor on the label. And he's not
Yeah.
wrong.
He-
That's true.
I went in depth on a private direct message to him. And I said, real Colt 45 enthusiasts want to know uh, why you removed malt liquor off of the cans and the bottles. Bumline Bob and I are your number one advocates for promoting Colt 45. I've been drinking it for 35 years. He's right behind me by about 10 years. And if you could give us any kind of hint at what's in the works, would be highly appreciated. And if you give us the opportunity to review it uh, on our podcast, Bumming with Bobcat and Bumline Bob, we bring it to the people.
mm-hmm.
And it doesn't even show that it was red.
Yeah. That'll probably be in a couple weeks. We'll get to it in a few weeks. You're in the queue. You're in the queue.
Well, it looks like, if you look at the date on their last post,
Mm-hmm.
which I know is March 9th of 2017. Let me get that sound off. But if you go back, it was 3 years earlier before they posted the last time before that.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. November 6th, 2014.
Yeah.
And they're posting shoes with a 40 of Colt 45. So are they actually going to stick around this time? We'll see. We'll see. That would be interesting because people were wondering, would this be the return of like the malt liquor label on the Colt 45? Because what I found that somebody posted on a Facebook group a few weeks ago is that Country Club is now going back to labeling itself as a malt liquor. They posted a picture of the new label that says Country Club malt liquor. The ones that when they rebranded a few years ago, they had it as the sweet lager. It's Country Club sweet lager instead of malt liquor.
Mm.
And even the can I have, it's over here. It says the same thing. It says on the sign. It says sweet lager when they were all taking out these malt liquor brandings.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh well, if they're gonna go back and embrace the malt liquor, maybe Colt 45 would do the same thing. But not as of now, unless the big things they say they're working on are the rebranding. I mean, look at this. I mean, this was the. I mean, look at those cans. I mean, that's like the classic Colt 45 malt liquor cans. This was right after they made the switch to the new cans. I still had some of the old ones left when I
Yeah,
took
and
that
those old
picture.
cans, 20 years they were like that.
Yeah, in some variation, very close to it. I mean, like your regular, like, and then this lineup here of the trifecta at the time.
Yeah.
Your 24-ounce cans of the Colt 45, the double malt, and the high gravity. I mean, I remember seeing this can of double malt for the first time, as we said, after years of searching and wondering about it, and going into the store and seeing this can of double malt in the cooler was like the most amazing feeling
Yes,
in the world.
I
Going
love
through
that.
it, you're like holy shit, there it is finally. Because you've seen the malt liquor, you've seen the high gravity before, but then there's that missing piece of the puzzle right there in between, and seeing that can was just amazing.
I
To
like on
come
that picture
across.
too, on the high gravity, how proud they are, the 8.5. It's all the way at the top.
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
big and bold. Now this can here, I don't have my glasses on, and I still can't find it.
Yeah, well, they did it. See, when they did this, it's all the same. They took away the different
Yep.
branding and design of each of them. Just said, okay, we're going, straight through like the boring Colt 45. Okay, here's your logo, original double malt, high gravity. A little blurb every time, the percentage, and 24 ounces. Nothing exciting compared to this here, which is like Colt 45 in your face.
Yeah.
And then double malt. Look, it has the 2 horseshoes for the
2
double
horseshoes.
malt.
Yeah.
And then the 8.5 for the high gravity. I mean, and it works every time in the gold at the
Yeah.
very
All
top
that,
there. I remember
that gold and black looks
yeah.
great on that can.
Yeah, and even the same thing too. First time seeing that one, the high gravity was like, oh shit.
They're not messing around when you see that can.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, I gotta try this shit
Yeah.
out.
Bling, bling.
I know.
That's good shit.
See? Oh, now you got it. Is that done now?
Yeah, it's gone.
Then now you can check the date on the bottom.
All
See
right. I still ain't got my glasses
if you
on.
can read it.
I can't. Here's a trick, old man trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
I know the anticipation.
September 24.
Okay. All right.
September 2nd, 24.
Okay. All right. So not as fresh as mine, but it's still not past this date yet. So
the part of town I have to go into get this, man, no Caucasian belongs there.
I was gonna say shady area.
Yeah, I walk in that
we've
store.
been there.
The scene where you walk in and the needle scratches on the record and everybody stops and freezes?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same feeling I got when
Yeah.
I walked in this store.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was on the search, the sacrifice you make to go find this good stuff could ultimately be your life.
Yeah, I said I've had those before too. I've been in those spots, and I think I brought it up here before. There was one time I went into a store that somebody I'd worked with at the time told me, they're like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure they had Night Train at this store in this town."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure." And I showed her the picture of the bottle. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was in the back cooler.
Yeah.
And she tells me, okay, where it is. And I know that the town. This was in New Jersey, in Patterson, which is not the nicest town in the world. And one day after work, I'm like, all right, I'll go down that way. I'll stop in
Mhm.
and take a look. And I'm driving down the street, and some questionable characters around. I pull into the parking lot. The store has the bars on the windows, and at that point, I should have just turned around and
Yeah.
left. But I walk in, and it's the same thing too. Like the record scratch stop. There's like bulletproof glass, like at the counter. There's a guy behind the counter. There's probably 3 or 4 guys standing at the counter, just chatting with the guy at the register, and they all stop and look at me. I just like, hey, like, how are you? I just go right to the back where she claims this
Yeah.
night train was, and I'm looking around, and I think there was some bottles of MD 2020, but that was at the time. I'm not searching for that. That I don't care. And I go through. I'm looking around, and no sign of any night train in the cooler. I'm like, oh, shit. And then so now I got to turn around.
You got to buy
Yeah,
something though.
yeah, see, and no, I think I went up to the front, and the guy's like, "Hey, do you need help?" And I'm like, "Oh, do you have any night train?" He's like, "Oh no, man, I'm sorry, we don't have the here." I'm like, "All right, well, okay, thank you," and then I just left and just
See, I
get
couldn't.
out
Yeah,
to the car and
I have to buy something.
yeah, I probably would have uh if I wasn't as scared, but I don't know. Would it be better to buy something or leave? I guess that's the trade off at that point.
Right.
What do you?
Yeah, I would have found something in there, black and mild or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Can I just get a pack of gum?
Just
Here's
make
a
it.
quarter. Here's a
Yeah.
quarter. Can I have a pack of some juicy fruit, please?
That's funny. Yeah, yeah, well, the funny thing is, I used to go in that store a whole lot, and I've lived out here now, what, going on 3 years. So the guy actually recognized me going back in, and he actually asked where I've been, what's been going on. I told him the whole deal. He said, "Well, you're not buying any more than you normally did when you lived here anyway." But we had a big conversation. He tried really hard to talk to his distributor about getting double malt, and it just isn't available in that area at all.
Yeah.
But the beer guy, he had I showed him the pictures and all the things and how it looked, and I said it's real. He's like, "All right, I'll make it a point." And he actually, took my phone number down, called me, and said, "Hey, there's no way we can get this here," which was disappointing. But yeah, get rid of that.
All right, there it is. There's your Colt 45 high gravity.
That's record time for you, Bob.
That's quick. Yeah, I got to keep up with you, man.
No,
See?
no, you don't. I
Nobody,
feel so
nobody,
self-conscious about that now.
nobody has to keep up with the Roadhouse.
No,
If you've watched
it's
or
not a
listened to
requirement.
if you've watched or listened to the last handful of podcasts that we've done here, if it's either with Steph or Kevin
Yeah.
or Rob or whoever else that has joined us recently, they all say that Roadhouse guy, he sure likes to drink quick.
You know what makes it go quick is when I take my first drink.
Your
I,
first one's always like a big.
it is.
It's
It's
a
a good.
big. It's a heavy sip there. I
Yeah.
usually just take a quick sip just to kind of get the flavor, and then I noticed before when I was drinking this, I took a sip. Then I look up here, and you're still like
Yeah.
quarter of
I
the way
like to
through the
just get
can.
it all, the whole
Yeah,
feeling, the whole,
yeah,
and then after about 3 or 4 gulps, and then I can just sit back and say, here's all the flavors I taste,
yeah.
or here's,
Let it hit you. Let it flow through
yeah.
the veins
Then,
there.
then that first big righteous belch comes out.
Yep. Yeah, I
And
know.
that's
I
like,
got one sitting right here, ready to
yeah,
just waiting for it to go through. So maybe it needs a little help.
I'm
Maybe it
with
needs
you.
some help to get through it. Because as we kind of teased before, the Colt 45 now, Roadhouse there, he's got the big boy,
Yes.
the 40 ounce of the premium malt liquor, and I got the 16 ounce. The
I was so afraid this
6%.
was gone. You touched on it earlier in the pod. I'm glad, because King Cobra is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated malt liquors. Um, it doesn't deserve the hate that it gets, but I think it's so good. Especially, I haven't. This will be my first 40 of King Cobra, but I love the quart bottles of it. That's what I used to only be able to get.
Yeah.
I I didn't realize, I was telling you before the show, until I was getting ready to sit down here and start. I didn't realize this was a 40 ounce, and I was like, "Well, holy shit!"
Like, holy
So
shit, let's do it. Let's get
yeah,
get this party going.
yeah,
Ooh,
I'm all
there it
set, brother.
is. I know. See, he's got the big boy. I got the medium, not the little guy, not the big guy, the medium sized
Yeah,
guy here, the 16 ouncer can. So, cheers.
cheers. Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, smooth taste. I'll just say that's definitely compared to the taste of the high gravity.
I mean, that
This
is a
this is
classic
smooth.
malt liquor
Yeah,
flavor.
yeah,
I mean, that's so fucking good.
yeah. Because it's a totally different taste than the high gravity
Yeah,
Colt 45. Not that the high gravity Colt 45 isn't bad, but it's a different taste to it compared to your regular
yeah.
malt liquor taste, like your regular Colt 45 or a Mickey's or an Old English. Uh,
Ah,
the the smooth taste, like it says right in the can, that premium malt liquor,
yep.
smooth taste. Look at that right there
No,
in your face, right there. Now, the one thing on that bottle, did they? It doesn't say anymore about the new logo, right? Did they finally take that off the label? Like it
take what up?
says, it used to have a little thing at the top saying like, "Oh, new logo." Does it still say that on the front of that
I
bottle?
don't. I don't see it.
Maybe they took it off. It was like 10 years that they still had thing a little thing at the top of the label that would say like, "Oh, new." Let's see, I think I have a King Cobra down here.
I wish I'd have brought my glasses in here, but this motherfucker.
Yeah, I know I have an empty 40 of a King Cobra down here somewhere. I have to look.
This isn't. This isn't bottled and distributed by Miller, is it?
No, it's Anheuser Busch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who does what brand malt liquor did Miller do for a while? I'm drawing a
Uh,
total fucking blank.
Miller does Mickey's and Old English,
No,
and
it was a cheaper. It was a
I think Magnum is
Magnum.
is
That was
another
it.
one. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And they also do like, well, not the malt liquor, but they also do the ice house too. Is a Miller one.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
Magnum was on the tip of my tongue, and I
yeah,
couldn't. You know.
yeah, yeah. Still never had that was the one that got discontinued uh, a few years back. Never had the Magnum. That was always one on the list to try to
I
find.
used to have a customer of mine. I'd work on his car, and he would always he knew I liked malt liquor, and he'd always bring me a 40 of Magnum when he'd come to
Oh,
pick his car up. And I just didn't have the heart. I drank it, don't get me wrong. But he just thought malt liquor was malt liquor. I was like, for a few pennies more, you can give me some Colt 45. But I
yeah,
wasn't complaining. I couldn't bring myself to tell him that.
yeah.
These are
You're
just
not you're
thoughts
not
that
gonna
were
you're
in.
not gonna say no. You're not.
Right. I'm very thankful that he was bringing me this brown bag. Every time he picked his car up at oil changes and brake jobs and stuff like that, he's a great customer. I had him for many years. But
Yeah, exactly. You're not saying no to it, but
right.
you would prefer if you would get me
Yeah.
something different. And like I said, I never had the Magnum. That was one that got discontinued a few years back. But one thing that did pop up the other day that it's not that big of a deal, but somebody posted that when in 2021 when Miller they discontinued all those brands of beer,
Yeah.
and which was funny. Now the other night I had a dream
Here we go.
that that and this is a random ass dream that I was in the store Marshalls, and on the clearance shelf there was a 24-ounce tall boy can of Ham's Special Light for 99 cents in Marshalls. And I saw it on the shelf, and I was so excited
Yeah, I
to
bet.
see this because I've never had a tall boy can of Hams in general. They're extremely rare. I don't even know if they
Yeah.
make them anymore. Usually, it's just the 12-ounce cans of
Yeah.
Hams that you can get these days, and also the Ham Special Light. I only had one time. I picked up a 30-pack uh, a few years back in my travels of it, and then they discontinued it when they axed a whole bunch of the Miller beers a few years
Right.
back. And why all of a sudden, out of blue, I have this dream the other night that I'm in, and not in a liquor store. And I mean, like I have a lot of dreams about being in liquor stores, or I had that one dream a few months back about having a party where people were bringing me cases of beer, and there was this big gigantic Miller Lite display case, and there was a Blue Moon like bar that was tipped over. Like I'll have random ass dreams like that, but
Yeah.
to have this where there was a single can of Ham Special Light for 99 cents in a Marshalls of all places on a
Right.
shelf. I don't know how the hell that came about, but somebody did post on Facebook that Miller High Life Light was coming back because that was one that also got discontinued. Was the Miller High Life Light,
Hmm.
and I've only had that a few times too. Not that it was really a go-to or anything, but people were up in arms about it when it got discontinued.
Yeah.
And I saw it, but it's not confirmed yet. It was one place said they were getting it in stock. I don't know if it's really coming back or not. But for people who like Miller High Life Light, it might be coming back.
I never, to be honest, you have High Life and you have Miller Lite. Why do you need a High Life Light?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I mean, I love them both. And I struggle with, I'm not one to be watching my figure. I'm not drinking light beer because I'm trying to stay slim or anything like
Mhm.
that, or I would be drinking malt liquor by the
Exactly. He would be pounding down
bucket load.
40s. Yeah.
Yeah. But Miller Lite to me is a really good, crisp, tasty beer.
Hmm.
High Life is just, man, some of the struggles is, do I get it in bottles this time or do I get it in cans? Either way, it's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And
And
it's cheap. And it's cheaper too. Is
yeah, it
the
is.
Yeah.
But there is pretty pretty solid around here is Genuine Draft.
Okay.
It's readily available here still. bottles or cans. And once in a while, I'll grab a 12-pack of long neck bottles, and they last maybe 2 or 3 hours. They go down so good,
Yeah,
especially the bottles.
they go down pretty quick.
Yeah, you ever buy those little 7-ounce
Mm-hmm.
Coronas
Yeah,
or the ponies?
yeah,
How quick they go down. That's
yeah.
how bottled beer is for me. 12
Mm-hmm.
ounces. Mm, maybe at most 3 drinks in a
I
12
was gonna
ounce
say
bottle of beer.
I was gonna say use like 2-3 drinks tops.
Yeah,
2-3
and
swig.
I'm like, oh, this is so good. And what happens is I drink them so fast, I don't have time for them to kick in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well,
That's what.
there's
Oh
12
yeah,
beers gone.
yeah.
And then I go get something like a MD 2020, and I kind of just sip on it a little bit, and then something. Next thing I know, whammo, I'm
I was
smacked.
gonna say, didn't you have that issue a few weeks back when you had some Miller Lights, a whole bunch of those, and an MD 2020? I saw the
Yeah,
picture you posted.
yeah, yeah. Or like the night we were with Steph, the first time she was on our show, it was white trash PBR night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. You're
And I
drinking what, six tall boys?
4 tall boys.
Yeah.
But then I had, I grabbed something other little 12-ounce can. But we were having such a good time. The atmosphere was so great. Everything was going down so smooth. Uh, and then all of a sudden, bam, it hits me, and I'm like, well, fuck, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, yeah. I'm done here. Because what was the one? It wasn't the one with her, but there was the other one when was that
Oh,
was that with
heaven.
Kevin? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We,
when you were
we
like,
were doing a
when you're like,
Loco
I'm
night.
done.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm done. Just leave me over here.
And I said, fellas, I've never done this before, but I'm about to bow out.
Yeah.
And even at that, when I left out of this room, my wife could hear us in the other room. She said, "You're a punk. You just quit. You just quit on your people. You quit on your boys." I'm like, "Hey, listen, I'm not going to ask you to cook me nothing tonight, but I'm about to go to
Yeah,
bed."
yeah. I'm done here.
Yeah. So awesome time
Yeah.
though. We really showed out that night. Well, we had a couple good podcasts there in a row that we kind of outdid ourselves.
Yeah, well, it was the we were wrapping up Joloco July.
Yeah, we
That
were.
was the whole thing. We kicked it off with Kevin. We celebrated 4th of July with him. Then we welcomed Steph back to the show again for another Loco extravaganza when Steph bowed out on us that one, which she was still amazed that she just left without saying goodbye or anything, and
Yeah.
didn't know how she ended up wherever she did that night to go see Papa Roach with the shit. She left her phone at home. She's like, I had a great time,
Sure did.
but she's like, I don't remember any of this. And tracking that episode, if you haven't watched that one yet, be sure to do yourself a favor and watch that episode, or you can watch the little clips I put together of the Steph's Four Loco Adventure Tracker. If you don't want to sit through the whole hour and change episode, I cut it down for you into a nice 6-minute video where you
Yep.
can track it as the podcast goes on to
That
see
is
how she goes from because full disclosure, she was drinking beforehand,
Yeah.
so that isn't gonna help you in the situation. But going from cracking open the Four Loco to Gipsy to browning out to essentially blacking out and leaving the podcast, be sure to check that one out in the archives. And then we had Rob on with us, who brought it upon himself to bring along a Four Loco. So we did a little more Four Loco action with him to cap off Four Loco and Joloco July.
Yeah.
So that's why this week we kind of kicking off August here with a I was trying to think because I'm like it's not a malt it's not a malt liquor August. It's not like malt liquor May or malt liquor March. I'm like malt liquor August, Colt 45. I'm trying to think of of something catchy to go with it. I'm like, yeah, screw it. It's just
End of month malt liquor.
yeah, and a month malt liquor, beginning of month malt liquor. You pick your poison here.
So listen, one of Steph is going to be real busy, but she said by the time September rolls around, her schedule is going to be freed up big time. So look for her to be back.
Yeah, she said she needs to have a redemption with the Four
Yes,
Loko. That
yes.
was what I think she was. Not that she was upset with herself
She
after,
felt
but
bad for deserting us the way she did. Just boom, gone.
yes, she's like, I just closed the laptop
Yeah,
and left, and
yeah,
went to go see Papa Roach.
yeah.
And
But we did tell her we would keep it under an hour. We were at 45 minutes, so
yeah, we did. She's like, I have stuff I have to do. Okay, like how long? Okay, an hour. And it was like right
yeah.
at that point where she's like, okay, I'm done, and closed it. Like, not that I think she knew that.
It got
It just
further
happened
and
to timing.
further
Yeah,
and closer to the camera.
yeah. The hair starts
Epic.
getting all over the place. The mic's getting all messed up.
Yeah.
And
If we weren't streaming on YouTube, I probably would have said, crazy mama. Let's see them movies.
yeah, I know. You had that cleavage cam on.
So that's the thing. Do you still got your Patreon going? Buy Bob a coffee or a beer or whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's there, but it's not really
Well, we need to get,
active.
we need to get like our own form of GoFundMe to get it together so we can get the cleavage cam sent to her.
That's true. If you want to see that,
Yeah.
you can donate to the
Yeah,
fund.
because she's got them.
Yeah. If you want to see the Steph cleavage cam for future episodes, where we said we'll have 1, 2 here, Steph, and then her cam separate as a fourth participant in the podcast. So,
and she puts them out there, guys.
Yeah,
and girls.
She knows she knows her assets. I mean, and mad props to her too for the hustle she has out there every day.
Yeah, she is.
She's out there recording with people. She's doing her own show. She's on other people's shows. She's all out there trying to build her brand back up after her doing stuff years ago in the rock scene and hosting shows and concerts.
She
and
still has those connections,
Yeah, she has those connections. She's now trying to get back into it. So if you haven't checked it out, check her out. Steph's Rock Show. Give her a follow. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Check out her podcast. All the episodes out there of that. She's just every day there's something new. Putting that, you got to get that content out there every day. That's what we try to get out there. I try to put stuff out there as much as possible to get those subscribers up. We want to get to that Manischewitz challenge, right?
Yeah,
that's what the people want to see is Roadhouse chugging down a bottle of Manischewitz in 10 minutes.
I think I've picked out my flavor too.
You figured
I was there the other day and I was looking at all the different flavors, and there's an elderberry kosher. Not all of them say kosher on them.
No, that's what I was trying to think. I'm trying to think of the ones I had. That was like a blackberry, a Concord grape, out of the ones that at least mind me in the one spot. But I know there's even more than this, depending on where you're going out and looking for.
Where I got my 2 flats of Colt 45 and High Gravity, they have a righteous display of Manischewitz, a righteous display of MD 2020, including the big fucking giant bottles of it.
Oh, the big ones, man. I haven't seen the big ones in a while.
I have not ever brought myself to buy the big ones. And I'm sitting here thinking right now, I need to.
I mean, I think it's only the Orange Jubilee.
Yes.
And I think the red grape wine.
Red grape wine, yes.
Are the only 2 that are in the big friggin' jugs of it. And let's see. Let me go on the website quick here And maybe there's something new. You know, last time I went onto the website randomly, we found about the MD
We found
2020
spikes,
spikes.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. View bottles. You know, they don't show it anymore. Oh no. Yeah. Yep. 1.5 liter Orange Jubilee available in 750, 375, and 1.5 liter. No, red grape 750, 750. I could have sworn it was the red grape was the other one. Maybe they switched it. As of right now on the website, all they say is that the Orange Jubilee is the only one that comes in the big bottle.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I know I used to see the red grape in the big one too. Maybe they stopped doing it, but because who knows how long those have been sitting on shelves when it comes to the MD 2020 bottles.
So listen, I mean, I feel bad. I thought about it ever since I got back home that I should have bought it. So
And next time you go back,
I just I have a sinking feeling that I've waited too long, as much as stuff is disappearing and dropping off and everything like that. I'm gonna have to make another trip for no apparent reason.
well, yeah, these days you don't know what's going to be here today and
Yeah,
then
gone
gone
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
The double malt we didn't think would be getting the axe, but then sometimes things come back. So
Perfect example.
yeah, the King Cobra. I mean, it kind of went silent for a while, and then lo and behold, it comes back again.
That's it.
And that's 40. See, and people say Roadhouse doesn't drink quick, and he just drank that 40 in 20 minutes probably. I mean, if that.
If it would have been the first drink I had, it would have gone quicker. But we're going to try to keep it under an hour now.
Yeah.
If we keep the time at an hour, that's a good commute drive for any person on a normal
It's a
day.
good commute drive, or you're sitting at home, chilling out, having your drinks yourself, drinking,
Yeah.
smoking, whatever it is you do when you come across with us. And we were talking before about a little bling. I forget what you said. You said something before about blinging some things.
The old Colt 45 high gravity can had the bling bling.
Right, the bling, and something new to look out for that was brought to our attention is that our friends at Four Loko have a new Four Loko Gold can out there.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but a good friend of the show sent this over today a few days ago.
Yeah.
Saying, have you seen the redesigned blinged out gold can? So you see here, they did a little redesign with the, instead of saying gold along the edge, now it's Four Loko with the gold.
Yeah.
There. So probably nothing different with flavors.
I love the gold.
But something to keep. And I did see today, because I know Four Loko is releasing a whole bunch of new merch for the Olympics. They did a whole bunch of USA merch. And I got an email today saying, oh, we have new loyalty stuff.
Yeah.
And they have a new Four Loko Gold bling lanyard koozie too.
Okay. So go right along with our Cosmic Punch one.
Yeah, exactly. Go through. Yeah.
They had soccer shirts coming up, didn't they?
Yeah, that was the thing. They did some soccer shirts for the Team USA and some other USA merch. And then I looked today and they had a Four Loko Gold lanyard koozie too.
Nice.
So something to keep an eye out for the new Four Loko Gold cans. I'm always out there searching, looking for anything new out there that you come across. So, go out your travels, see what's new, see what's out there on the bottom shelf. Anything that you come across that you think would be interesting for us to try, let us know. I had someone reach out a few days ago saying, hey, have you tried this? Try this with that. And I brought up the Roadhouse. So we have something we'll add to our list in the coming weeks.
We ain't scared.
We'll give it a shot. If you've been along with us for this time, 300 and some odd,
Yeah.
320, whatever it is now, 325, I think we're up to episodes. We're not scared
The
to
scariest I ever been was with the sidewalk slammers.
sidewalk slammers. But we'll do it all over here. You know, Colt 45 for Locos, King Cobra. We were talking before. I still got this big 40 ounce of the Miller Lite that I
Oh,
got
that's
down
kick
here.
ass right
Yeah.
there. I'm a
Yeah.
big 40 guy, so
Yeah.
40s to me are like 12-ounce bottles to most average person.
Well, you saw that how
Yeah.
quick you pounded down that 40 of the the King Cobra after
In
the
my,
Colt 45.
in my prime, it wasn't nothing to drink 340s of Colt 45. While everybody else was drinking little, cans of beer and stuff. I'm not in my prime no more, but
Yeah.
got a very seasoned liver. It kind of just
Now,
bypasses the liver now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now
it's-
there was something. What was this? I got to find really quick before we wrap things up here.
yeah.
I came across somebody in my travels that, let me find his account. This guy loves Natter Days. I haven't seen Natter Days in a while by me. People had been rumored that they might have been discontinued
Yeah.
as well, but I don't know. This guy seems to still have a stock full because he's always drinking them on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And when I was just drinking and scrolling around YouTube, just finding whatever random shit pops up the other night, he popped up. He did a video, and I commented on it. I just said Natter Days, and so then he decided he was going to do a response video to my comment, and he does a lot of just shotguns Natter Days. That's like the YouTube channel. So I did a kind of a little side by side clip with him as I watched it. So
Okay.
I'm going to play it here for everybody to see what exactly is going on this guy's YouTube channel here.
This guy was like Natter Days. That's me, baby. I'm Natter Days. King right here. Fucking trying to shotgun a beer.
Yeah.
Like this is all this guy does. It's just a shotgun
Yeah.
Natter Days. And it was like, I just commented on the video. I just said Natter Days. And he replied to my comment with a shotgunning video of him shotgunning the Natter Days. So I said, let me do a little collab video on the YouTube and put it out there. So Mr. Natter Days, I'm sorry, but I don't know the exact handle right now, but maybe we'll I'll reach out to you. Maybe we'll get you on here to join us on the podcast.
I'm not scared of shotgun.
No, I know that. This guy here shotgunned the Four Loko, which caused them to say for Four Loko loyalty, do not shotgun Four Lokos. And I think that was a legit don't do it compared to the 4th of July. Do not tag us in your fireworks videos.
Yes. They honestly did not want.
They don't want you to shotgun the Four Lokos in the video.
Yeah. As potential death. We got that one guy I follow, that motherfucker who shotguns a beer every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm like, man, that's my guy. I've been following him for like 4 years now. So with the algorithms the way it is, I never get to see his videos till like Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And then it's just like, all right, I like it. So I went ahead and I was sitting in my garage one night and I shotgunned a beer just for him and tagged him in it. I got more comments on my shirt I was wearing than my fucking drinking abilities. But
yeah, people can see anybody shotgun a beer, but what are you wearing? That's what people want to know. Yeah.
Anyways, hey, listen, we're at 59.47.
Yeah, see 59.49. I mean, I'm slacking here. I mean, this guy here just pounded down the 40.
Yeah.
And all I have is the 16 ounce can.
I'm just the Ed McMahon of the show. I should sit back here.
Yeah, I know the premium malt liquor here, but hey, get out there, get searching. Hopefully, we had good news and bad news this week with the Colt 45 double malt discontinued. Sadly, you never know. You might be able to find it still. If you can find it out there in your travels, pick some up. If you can do it, hopefully don't throw it away.
Yes.
Load up on it there. It's
wonderful.
It's tough. It's sad. It's sad. They claim they're coming out with something new. What that is, we'll see. I think we're not holding our breath that it's something that we're going to be looking forward to. As I told Roadhouse earlier, I said, they had 5 or 6 years ago, they had that Colt 45 pile driver, which was like an orange Colt 45, which I never tried. I wanted to try it, because I was thinking, it's like a brass monkey type thing, which can be good. But we're hoping it's not a Colt 45 hard seltzer or some or a malt beverage, because they've had Colt 45 malt beverages too in the past. I never had them, but I know they did have a line of different malt beverage type drinks. So
I'm just worried I'm going to be pissed at whatever they release,
because it's like, what are you going to do? You had double malt, you have a high gravity, you have a Colt 45 regular.
That's 3. I mean,
what are you going to do?
What?
I mean, unless you're going to release a 13-14% Colt 45. I mean, that's
like
the only thing you can do. Yeah, like Colt 45 Platinum. Yeah. like that, like 13%, motherfucker. This is what you're getting. You want the 13, like 14% malt liquor. I mean, hey, we had that close with the camo.
Yeah.
12.5.
12.2.
Yeah, 12.2. Yeah, so they want to go 13% with that malt liquor.
How many
like Colt 45 black?
It's XXXXX, and then it says over top of it
extra X.
That's the fucking shit. Because we had what was this one?
I was gonna say
this
that
was like 10%, 10.5. This is a 5X.
And so you get that extra X with that camo extra
camo black ice. Listen, those were.
Yeah, check those out. If you haven't checked those out, check out the part 1 and part 2 of the camo XXXXX files in the Bumming with Bobcat archives. But I think that will do it for us here this week. Roadhouse, anything else you gotta say before we sign off here?
As mad as I was when we started, I didn't show it, but I wanted to be pissed about the news. But you know what? Malt liquor always makes it better.
It is. We're not happy about it, but hey, we'll get through it.
Yeah,
we'll drink it. If it's not a Colt 45 high gravity, we got the King Cobras out there. But hey, get out there, get searching the bottom shelf for the best of the worst in cheap booze, and smash that subscribe button.
350 guys
on the Bum Wine Bob YouTube channel for the Manischewitz Wine Challenge and other goodies. It's not just like at 350 we're done. We're just trying to spread the word. Get it out there. It's free. Subscribe. YouTube.com/BumWineBob. Simple, easy. If you like bottom shelf booze, I'm doing some more stuff now. We're gonna do some more like retro booze stuff with more commercials, stuff like that. So pretty much trying to get like your one-stop shop for like some retro nostalgia and latest booze bottom shelf news. We're not here breaking it. If it's new flavors of Four Loko, discontinued Colt 45s,
Yeah.
you name it, we have you covered at bumwinebob.com and on the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel. So for Roadhouse, I am Bumwine Bob. Smash that subscribe button. Tell your friends. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers. Motherfuckers! The